former President Donald Trump's latest procedural attempt to keep secret documents from his presidency about the January 6th insurrection quickly failed overnight. Trump late on Monday night had asked Judge Tanya Chutkan of the D.C. District Court to block the records from being handed over to the House Select Committee investigating January 6th while he continues to fight in court. A federal judge ruled that she won't let the ex-president get ahead of her forthcoming decision on whether he can block the National Archives from turning over records to the U.S. House on Friday. His request and the judge's response amount to an odd blip in a historic case about the power of a former president. Effectively, Trump's request for an emergency injunction was an attempt to get ahead of Chutkan's ruling in the coming days. The judge is expected to decide soon on whether the National Archives should turn the tranche of Trump documents over to the House committee, possibly ahead of Friday, the deadline for the archives to hand the documents over. In denying Trump's request, Chutkan called Trump's Monday filing premature and said she plans to rule expeditiously on his case. Trump's legal team first asked the judge to halt the National Archives from turning over his records last month. His request on Monday came days after Chutkan showed skepticism that he could win a case in which he still claims control over the records, and the Biden administration opposes him. Trump said he will appeal any loss, according to his filing. The former president had argued in his Monday filing that as long as he is in court claiming he can assert executive privilege, the records from his presidency should stay secret. This case should be decided after thorough but expeditious consideration pursuant to America's judicial review process, both before this court and on appeal, not by a race against the clock. After all, this is not a game, especially given the weighty questions at issue, Trump's lawyers wrote Monday night. The archives has already said it will turn over records unless a court order prevents it, beginning with White House call logs, video logs, and schedules related to January 6th, as well as 3 pages of handwritten notes from Trump's then Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. As president, Trump successfully held off several House pursuits of his records and witnesses close to him, often by bringing lawsuits that lived for years in appeals. The January 6th committee chairman Benny Thompson, a Mississippi Democrat, and Vice Chair Liz Cheney, a Wyoming Republican, last month knocked Trump's lawsuit as nothing more than an attempt to delay and obstruct our probe.